Hello everyone, guess what this is? This is a real piece of Hubble Space Telescope. It was in space with the Hubble Space Telescope for 10 years and then came back to the Earth, and then my boss at Johns Hopkins University gave a piece to me. So I have this piece of Hubble Space Telescope, and then I brought this to an antique show on TV, and then they evaluated what would be the price of this piece if I sell. Guess how much it is? You'll be surprised to hear. Let's get started.
Mysteries of the universe.
So maybe you have heard of the Hubble Space Telescope. It's NASA's flagship space telescope. It's going around the Earth and then take sharp pictures of stars and galaxies, because above the atmosphere of the Earth there's no atmospheric disturbance, so Hubble Space Telescope can take a very sharp images. And then at that time I was working at Johns Hopkins University with Hubble Space Telescope's new CCD camera team. So with this team, we're building a new CCD camera for Hubble Space Telescope. It's called ACS camera, as you can see in this picture. At that time, there was a space shuttle was going to Hubble Space Telescope every few years for a service mission when astronauts going to install new instruments to the Hubble Space Telescope, and also at the same time they do the maintenance. They fix some minor problems of the space telescope. And then our camera, ACS camera, was carried by Space Shuttle Columbia, and then astronauts installed it to the Hubble Space Telescope. So this is Space Shuttle Columbia going into the Hubble Space Telescope with our camera. Astronauts are installing our CCD camera to the Hubble Space Telescope. It's interesting to see the camera you see at the university is now in space, and then astronauts are installing the camera. It's exciting to see. And then after installing the camera, astronauts did the maintenance of the telescope. As you can see, Hubble Space Telescope is wrapped with this thermal insulator, so the shining part on the outside of the telescope. This is protecting Hubble Space Telescope from the sun's heat or cosmic rays flying around in space. Sometimes cosmic rays hit Hubble Space Telescope, so this thermal insulator is going to protect the telescope. But after 10 years, some part of the insulator is degraded. You have some scratch from the cosmic rays, or some parts start to peel off. So maybe you see in red circles, some parts are getting deteriorated. And then astronauts going to take away those degraded parts and then put on new insulator in those places. That's the maintenance. And then these all degraded parts of the insulator, astronauts brought it back to the Earth with the space shuttle. My boss at Johns Hopkins University gave a piece to me. So this is the piece. So the shining stuff inside is Hubble Space Telescope's insulator. It was actually in space for 10 years with the Hubble Space Telescope. It was in my house for several years, but then I thought, okay, how valuable is this? And I saw this TV antique show where experts gonna evaluate, your treasure in your backyard or storage. So I brought it to this TV show and asked them to evaluate the price. So here's the deal. So this is a real Hubble Space Telescope thermal insulation, thermal blanket. It was in space with Hubble Space Telescope for 10 years. So we've been going around the Earth. It's real. And then, but the material itself is not so expensive. This is something, this is, you go to a supermarket and then you can see the thermal sheet or something like that. But in case of Hubble Space Telescope, the 9 layers, it functions better. The size is small, about this size, about inch by inch or so. So guess how much? Actual price of the material is probably maybe $10, $20, something like that. It's not so expensive. But it has been in space for 10 years, so that's very rare, and it came back to the Earth. So, can you guess how much it is? $10? $100? Are you ready to see the price? Let's see what experts in a TV show said.
はい、じゃあ10万円でお願いします。オープンザプライス。10万、15万やろな。
びっくりしました。
200万、こんなもん100均行ったらキャンプシート100円で大きいの売ったわ。
It's amazing. 20,000 US dollars. Just a small piece, 20,000 US dollars. Before this day, I was putting this on top of the shoebox in my house. But after I hear this, I put it in the back of the house. I didn't know it was 20,000 US dollars. And then so this is what experts said. Usually those kind of stuff, government property. So this was NASA's property, right? So that means NASA is run by government, so the government property. So these kind of stuff usually do not go into the market. It's not available in the market. This is very rare case that my boss gave it to me, so it became my personal property. So, you know, if it's available in the market, it's very rare and it's valuable. And also, it was really in space for 10 years, so that's valuable. So that's why they put 20,000 US dollars. Wow, I didn't expect that. And then this comedian, he's very famous. He's Shimada Shinsuke. I don't know if you guys know. So I was very glad to see him. He's surprisingly talkative. I knew he's talkative by watching his TV, but he was more talkative. And then this TV show, if you like to watch, there's a link down below. But of course in the TV show, he's speaking a lot of funny stuff. But when we are recording, he was speaking twice more. And then only half of them are in the TV show, actually on the broadcast. I didn't know that. I was surprised to know that. It's a pity that he was talking a lot more, and he was just talking, and all this his talk is so funny and interesting. But only half of them are on the show. That's a pity. But that's, you know, I'm surprised to learn that, and that's how awesome he is. It made it my day to know about that, to see him, and to know about that. Okay, it's a little bit short, but I stop here. Was the price surprising, or did you expect that? Let me know what you felt about it. As usual, if you like the video, please like it, and then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching the video. See you next time.